Okay, guys, we are going to talk today about how to make a works cited page and do in-text citations for database articles. So the first thing, we are going to use NoodleTools to do this particular works cited page because it's just a lot easier than EasyBib. So when you go to NoodleTools, the first thing you want to do is create a new project. And your project is going to be titled Argument Essay. You want MLA and you want Advanced. Okay, once you are done with that, it is going to take you to a page that looks like this. And to make your works cited page, you first start by going to Sources. Then once you're there, you need to create a new citation. And even though like the databases are on a website, you need to make sure that you select database. Okay, now before we do anything else, okay, if you take a source from the EbscoHost databases, keep in mind that they search multiple databases at once. That's why you have to select this select all option when you go here. And since you search so many databases at once, they don't all come from EbscoHost, so you have to make sure that you get the name of the database whenever you do your search. So if I do a search on food stamps, just to do an example, let's see what it comes up with here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use, I need to find a full text, so I'm going to limit it to full text. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on this one. It's from 2016. Okay, now most of the sources that you find from EBSCO, they are going to be journal articles. I know that it's a journal because this says American Journal of Agricultural Economics. So if I was citing this, after I click on database over here, it is a journal article. Okay, the name of the database can be found if I scroll down, and it is right here, Business Source Premier. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste that in. The URL that you use for EBSCO, if you look up over to the side, I think it's right here, you have to use the permalink. This link here will not take me back to this source, so I want the permalink. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my permalink in. And my most recent date of access was today. Okay, now this article has multiple authors. It is Lorenzo Almada, Ian McCarthy, and Rusty Dechernis. My article title, What Can We Learn About the Effects of Food Stamps on Obesity and the Presence of Misreporting? And usually I would go ahead and just copy and paste that in, but I don't want the whole thing capitalized. I just want the beginning of each letter. I don't need an English translation. The page is 997 to 1017. The name of the journal, American Journal of Agricultural Economics, and I don't want that period that's included with that. The volume number 98, issue number 4. Okay, the publication date is July 2016. And there is no series. So now that citation is done. If all this information isn't listed on the printout of your source, you might have to go back to EBSCO and look it up again just so you get all that information correctly. Okay, now if you are citing an ebook, that's going to be done a little differently because you can get ebooks from this source. So if you were citing an ebook when you create your citation, you can click ebook here. And let me just see if I can find an ebook on food stamps. Let's do a search really quickly. Or maybe I can go back in my result list. Let's see, do I have an ebook anywhere? Okay, so if I was citing this ebook, you can do that one of two ways. You can click database or you can click file ebook. And for this one, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hit ebook. And then I'm going to put ebook here. And then once I do that, it asks me where my ebook came from, and then I can select a database right here. Now, if you are citing just a chapter, you'll have to click here, but if you're citing the whole book, you'll leave this alone. So if I were citing my whole book, I know that this comes from the ebook academic collection. The URL is from this permalink. I don't need a DOI. Today is my most recent day of access. I have 4 authors here. So my first author is Timothy M. Smeating. The second author, and I need to go ahead and select that they are authors. My second author is James Patrick Zeliak. My third author is Jude Bartfield, Judy. And my last author is Craig Gunderson. Okay, the title of my book is SNAP Matters: How Food Stamps Affect Well-Being and Health. I don't think that we have any type of title of volume because it's not from a volume. We don't have a volume. My publisher is Stanford University Press. And I can put UP for University Press there. The year is 2016. I don't need a publication city. And I don't have an edition or a series name or number. So, and it's not a scholarly edition or a republished book. So I can go ahead and hit save. Okay, so that explains how to do citations from like one of the EBSCOHost databases. If you are done with your citations at this point, if all your sources came from the EBSCO databases, you are going to then print and export to Google Docs, and then you will download this and you can copy and paste it onto the bottom of your paper. If you need to know how to cite the other databases, there will be another video on that. So just hang tight.